It was one of the most popular sports in the capital after the Second World War. Cycle Speedway started on disused bomb sites across London in the 1940s, and by the 50s it was one of the most organised sports with leagues up and down the country. But now the capital has just one club left and is looking for new members, as Sarah Orchard reports.
Just the wear for the new sport of daredevil Cockney kids. They're the gladiators of the Cycle Speedway. They're off. It's only a bomb site, just a bunch of kids having fun.
But it was also fun that was shared by children across the war-torn capital, and by the 1950s it was one of the most popular sports in the country.
Less than 10 years old, cycle speedway racing has grown up from its bomb site beginnings into a nationwide and properly organised sport.
Here at Canning Town Recreation Ground, Cycle Speedway lives on with regular competitions from March to October.
I got involved in 1973, and basically what it was, I was just emulating motorbike speedway. So I copied them, like riding around, going around, you know, like on a bike, and then I found my local club, which was based at Bowden, and I went and raced there, and I've been racing ever since.
If you go back to the 70s and 80s, there were still enough clubs across London to have a London league. But now there are only 42 clubs left across the whole country, and East London is the only club left in the capital.
We could have a whole season's racing and not go any further than the M25. That was our, you know, like it was all local leagues, there was local rivalry. You know, over the years it has actually sort of like dwindled down to just one club. Our next nearest club to us is like in Ipswich.
Many of the East London team would describe themselves as seasoned campaigners. Dennis Hubble has been crowned the over-50s British champion 3 years running. And whilst riding on a bike with no brakes sounds like a sport for children, the bumps and bruises are worth it.
I mean, it keeps me fit. You know, I'd rather be out and about than sitting indoors with my carpet slippers on, really. It tends to hurt more when you get older. You don't bounce quite as well.
It's just fun, like, it's just the thrill of not having brakes and be able to go around the corners quite fast and just all the contact and everything.
With only one competition left this season, East London are hoping to attract new riders just like Adam for 2013. Sarah Orchard, BBC London News.
Wendy's here with the weather, and I've had differing reports about this week. Put us all straight, please.
It's a bit confusing, this one. We'll go from one extreme to the other. Stay with me. First of all, it will be a murky beginning to the week. We've already seen that today. And then it will turn a bit colder. Mild with the murk, but colder towards the end of the week. More on that in just a second. Now, this is a satellite picture from today showing this great swathe of cloud, and just across our part of the world as well. Something a bit smoother you might just be able to make out there, and that's the fog that we've had, the low-level cloud all the way through the day. It's still out there tonight, and it is going to be thickening up. And we started today with problems to the airports with the Woolwich ferry. I expect there to be problems overnight tonight as well, as that fog thickens up and becomes quite widespread. Bit of drizzle caught up in the cloud possibly as well, but all of this means it is going to be a mild night. Temperatures easily in double figures as we get to the early hours of tomorrow morning. So we start tomorrow on a very, very murky note, and that's why the Met Office still has us covered by a yellow weather warning for that fog. So go very carefully on the roads, because in places, certainly higher ground, we could be down to 50 metres in visibility. Now, it will eventually, through the morning and more especially into the afternoon, lift into that low cloud similar to what we had today, and there will be some drizzly outbreaks of rain caught up in all of that as well. The wind's generally light. Temperatures, again, not doing too badly. 15 degrees is above where it should be at this time of year. But it's all set to change as we end the week. We'll have that warm air disappearing, the colder air, and look at the direction it's coming from. That is an Arctic blast of cold air, probably the first we've had throughout this season at least. So Wednesday, more of the same that we had today. The transitionary day is on Thursday, hopefully a little bit brighter. Come Friday, that will be a very cold wind blowing indeed. We'll certainly notice the difference then.
That explains it. Wendy, thanks very much.